All right, I'm gonna make this quick. My biggest concern with the Thunderbolts right now, believe it or not, I don't think the Thunderbolts is gonna be a bad movie. I actually think the Thunderbolts is gonna be pretty cool. I think the director seems to really like what he's doing. I like the fact that they've shot most of it, if not all of it, on location. I've seen some behind the scenes featurettes. I've seen some incredible things with practical effects. I've seen some incredible things done. They've done all their stunts practically. I've seen Sebastian Stan actually have like an arm back in Winter Soldier, which is really cool. And just the movie looks fresh. It looks so down to earth and clean. And apparently there's some dark moments in there, which I'm looking forward to seeing. I know for a fact that Yelena's going to go through some depression cycle, which is really cool based off the trailers. But my biggest concern for the Thunderbolts is if it's even going to profit. And the reason why I'm concerned about that is because it costs like 350 million. Like I think like production budget wise is 200 million dollars, which in my opinion isn't that bad. But then you get into the marketing and apparently the film costs like over 300 million dollars. I'm just like, why put all of this money into a movie now that we know for a fact could potentially not succeed because a lot of the characters aren't that big of characters? Now, is Florence Pugh's like Yelena very popular? I think she is. I like Yelena. I think she's cool. Is Bucky involved? Yeah, he's the longest running character at this point that's in this film. But Taskmaster sucked. Ghost was okay. And Red Guardian, I mean, I like David Harbour. Red Guardian was fine, and Black Widow. Um, I do actually really like Wyatt Russell's John Walker. Different from the comics, but as far as I'm concerned, he looks like he's more like John Walker from the comics in this movie than he was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I love Julia Dreyfus. Missing somebody? Oh, Lewis Pullman. I'm excited to see where that goes. I think Lewis Pullman should be interesting as well. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how this movie. I'm not saying it won't profit. I'm not saying it couldn't profit. I'm just saying there's a good chance that Thunderbolts might need to make like 700 to 800 million just to break even before it even starts to profit. And even then, if the movie makes like 850 million, okay, it profited about 50 million. But it's just the principle. It's like, why does Marvel put so much money out like that? It's like, yeah, they got it to burn. They're a multi-billion-dollar franchise, but it still doesn't justify the recklessness of the budget of the film like that. Like it's a very expensive movie, and it seems like movies in general are becoming more expensive to make, and that hurts the film industry, especially with streaming and everything. So you've got streaming, and you've got the fact that it just costs more money to make movies. But there's ways around it. I mean, but they've done the film completely. I'm just glad to see that the movie looks clean, looks fresh, looks well worked on, well performed. But I just can't get it behind the budget. And this is where I'm saying like Hollywood just doesn't get it. These movies are just too expensive. When a movie like Sinners that with a 90% with a 90 million budget could potentially not profit, even though I'm pretty sure it's going to. It's very popular and it's a really great film. I just think it's a sign of the times, you know, because like yeah, Alien Romulus cost 80 million and it profited crazy. Same with it. It ends with us, the Blake Lively joint. That cost like 20 million and made like 360 million at the box office. I'm rounding up. I think it's more like 340, but it's like those budgets were low, and even those weren't guaranteed. Like think about it. Even mid-budget films aren't really profiting. Like the Amateur was pretty cool, but I don't think that's gonna profit. Working Man is cool, but it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna profit either. It's like a lot of these films that are coming out that are actually pretty cool. Novocaine and Day the Earth Blew Up and all those other movies that are actually really good and are cool and solid. They're not profiting, and some of them don't even cost that much. I think the Day the Earth Blew Up cost like 8 million, if that. The movie Drop cost like 11 million, 10 million. It's not saying that's not going to profit. Horror movies tend to be very reliable in Hollywood because their budgets are so damn linear compared to other movies, but the Thunderbolts, it's like Brave New World. They registered at 180, but it definitely costs more. They're not gonna ever tell us how much that movie actually cost, but whatever. But the Thunderbolts is expensive. I can only imagine how much Fantastic Four is gonna cost. Can only imagine how much Fantastic Four is going to cost. Avengers Doomsday is probably going to be the most expensive movie we've ever seen. Yep, more than The Force Awakens, more than Fallen Kingdom. It it just has so much that it's got to be super expensive, right? And it's so crazy because movies like The Creator cost 80 million and still looks better than most Marvel movies, but it cost $80 million. How the hell did Gareth Edwards pull that off? I'll never know. I'll never know. And we just got to stop and think about the issues here with the fact that a lot of people aren't super confident in Marvel. And then you got to think most people don't know these characters that are in the film. And we just don't know. Now, I could be, completely wrong. And the Thunderbolts could end up being a sleeper hit, right? It could end up being a huge deal down the line. But it just, at this point in time in my life, I'm just like, I don't know. And it's only registered to open at 70 million, but I never take those seriously because movies that tend to have a big name to them like Marvel, they open up more than what they're projected to open up to. I didn't Brave New World open to 190 or something like that, and it wasn't projected to open to that much. So we don't know. Like we don't know. And it's like I said, Florence Pugh is a hot commodity right now. Florence Pugh is a good drawing force. So is David Harbour. Everyone loves Sebastian Stan. But for the movie to go this heavy on the budget for something like this, I just don't know. Like it made sense for something like Guardians 3 to have a budget of 250 million, given the story James Gunn wanted to tell. Everyone likes the Guardians 1 and 2 movies. So yeah, we could take a chance on Guardians 3 having a big budget because it's Guardians 3 and people know these characters. Again, the Thunderbolts just isn't as well known as a whole. I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, we could see a big surprise. If the movie ends up being solid, which I think it'll be at least solid, it looks like a really coherent story and great visual effects and everything. I think it could at least break even, but that's a long shot, unfortunately. So, you know, it's just gonna have to see what happens. But it's just one of my biggest concerns with the movie. It's not the quality, it's the profitability. Man, we gotta see. We're just gonna have to wait and see. The movie comes out in a few days. I'm planning on seeing it. Hope you guys plan on seeing it too. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's gonna be short. But let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more. If you made it this far, thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one.